All right. Chuck is looking for a second date update with Samantha. Hi, Chuck. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Honestly, I can't believe I'm even doing this. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little desperate, to be honest. But look, here's the thing. I feel like there just aren't that many women out there that I match up with. I just feel like there are, three things that are kind of important to me: attractive, fun, interesting,
Yeah.
And this girl, all three of them. And I'm just like, how are we not going on a second date? So I just appreciate being able to do this, but it does feel a little bit weird. I just want to kind of get that out of the way.
You're not the first to say that.
Well, okay. Anyway, we met at Sonder, had a few beers, and I'm telling you, there was like instant chemistry. Like, I would have taken her home that night, if I thought that she would be into it. But, I could tell she was kind of like a, second, third dater kind of girl for that kind of action. So I wasn't even going to try. Like, I wasn't getting anywhere that night with that.
Okay.
But, I had that feeling like I wasn't going to have to wait long for this. When she gave me, like, all those signs that she was into me, like, she was smiling, laughing, flipping her hair, like, all those things that girls do, just like, I don't know. I mean, she laughed a lot. She was super flirty. Like, I just knew it. Like, when a girl's into you, and she was definitely into me.
You guys are usually pretty slow on that uptake. So the fact that you were picking up on it, she must have been putting that out there. Yeah.
It was clear. It was clear to anybody, I mean, for sure.
She wanted to make sure you knew she was into you.
Even to the fact that, like, after hanging out for a couple hours, like, I walked her to her car, and she gave me a hug, and she did that thing, that girls do. Like, she kind of put her thigh, like, right into my crotch, like,
Whoa.
kind of letting you know, like, hey, I'm interested, like, kind of marking her territory sort of thing.
Yeah.
Marking her territory.
Sure. Why not? We do that sometimes.
I'm telling you, I liked it.
It's a nice way to gauge, too, If you're kind of receptive to me putting that out there, then
Yeah. I don't think I gave her any reason to believe I wasn't, and I've reached out, and, I mean, I'm just like, why am I not hearing back? Like, what's up?
I'm confused if there was like this much chemistry and she's doing that. Like, I would have thought she wanted you to go home with her that night.
Do we know if she had been taking a testosterone hormone treatment of
that could explain a lot.
Had she had an injection?
Yes.
Sure. She's having a night.
Yeah.
I don't think so. About that.
If so, she didn't bring it up over dinner. Okay.
No.
Well, that is weird. You don't think that maybe you missed your window, like you estimated her to be someone who's a second or third dater when it comes to going home with. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that she was thinking, I put out all these signals. Yeah. He didn't take the bait. He's obviously not that into me. I'm not wasting my time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking, too,
I want
Jeff.
someone who's passionate enough.
No. She was like, it was just one of those things where it was just the right amount of tease. It was kind of like putting it out there like, hey, you treat me right. You do this a few more times. We're going to have a good time. Like, that was the vibe I was getting.
Okay.
Right.
And plus, it's like, I called her afterwards. Like, if she was just like a one and done kind of lady, like, that's, I don't know. No.
Doesn't seem like
I did not miss an opportunity.
Okay. And then there was the pelvic contact.
Yes, that was a little bit of a hey. Yeah, I agree with that.
She went for the right thigh rub, not the straight in, banging crotches. I'm just saying.
The right thigh.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I know that move.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll call her up, see what she thought of you and her date with you. A second date update continues next on Cincinnati's Q102. Hang on, Chuck.
All right.
Chuck went on a date with Samantha. Chuck looks for three things. It's hard to find the right woman for Chuck because she's got to be attractive, she's got to be fun, she's got to be interesting. And not everybody measures up to those high standards that Chuck has set for the women in his life. Mm-hmm. But with Samantha, from the get-go, they went out, had some beers, instant chemistry. Those were your words, Chuck.
Instant chemistry, 100%.
Yep, and she was putting out the vibe, the moves, the flirting, the touching of the hand, the rubbing with the right thigh, the hug, and all that. If that doesn't indicate that a woman is into you, I don't know what does.
I would agree.
I would agree.
Everyone's on the same page.
We're all in agreement.
Yes.
Okay. What's going on here?
And Chuck, what have you done to try to get a hold of Samantha and set up a second date?
I mean, I called her a few days later, and I followed up, with a text. And I called her a second time, and at that point, it's like, what's up? Like, you're getting my calls, you're getting my text. I don't know.
All right. Well, you ready to call her?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hi, can we speak to Samantha, please?
This is?
It's Jeff, Jen, Fritch, and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
No way.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
We're doing good.
Oh, my God. You want a second date update, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Oh, my God. You're calling me about beer can guy.
What?
Who?
I've seen one of those.
I have never, ever met a guy more in love with his.
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. You called him what? Beer can guy?
Mm-hmm. He's now always known as the beer can guy.
Is that how you have him in your phone?
We were told his name was Chuck.
Some people know. This is a more intimate name.
Oh, jeez.
He couldn't stop talking about it. Like, honestly, I barely remember anything else about the date. Like, ever seen a beer can? You know what a beer can is? Well, I have a beer can. Once you've had a beer can, never go back. They're incredibly rare, like a unicorn.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
You know what's crazy is when I lived in Arkansas, there was a guy named Lance who randomly was from a city called Wiener who had a beer can.
Really?
That's amazing.
Except, was it like
I did not have any
How do you know
intimacy with
that?
him. He just liked to whip it out and show people.
and show people?
Yeah.
And it was the size of a beer can when it was
Oh, it's like
not in all its glory?
yeah.
When it just hanging there flaccid, looking like that.
Oh, flaccid?
was a
Whoa,
big
that's
one.
kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I've maybe comparable with someone one time. That was I don't know if it was quite as the width of the beer
Girth?
can, but it was definitely short in girth.
Huh.
Where are you putting that?
I don't know.
I know. I would look at that and be like, what do you want me to do with that?
It was not
Yeah.
the most pleasant experience.
Like
a
my friend
monster.
Crystal, she tells stories about a guy she knew and she called him Big Larry.
Oh.
And she had that experience. As soon as she saw what was going on there, she was like, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
She bailed.
Wow.
She was like, no, thank you.
It was comical. It was comical.
So he said it was like a unicorn, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was like, it's rare. Oh, he was like, it's more than 40 ounces, baby. My unicorn 40-ounce beer can is what he said to me.
You got very comfortable on this date, didn't you, Chuck?
Evidently.
Sure did.
Wow.
Well, I have to tell you, like, when I hugged him goodbye, I stuck my leg out, that little move, to see if he was lying. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
could you
that's
tell?
what the line was for.
could be. And if he's not, I want to know, And
Could you feel it?
Well, I couldn't really tell, to be fair, but it didn't matter because he's disgusting. Like, who does that on a first date? It's not really a great selling point.
No.
And also, if you don't have something to back it up, you're just setting yourself up for disaster.
You want to weigh in, beer can?
Sir,
Beer
Sir
can,
Mr.
Chucky.
Beer Can.
You're wrong about this. Once a woman finds out what I'm packing, they're hooked. You would have had a good time, and you're missing out now.
So what is when you sell, when you bring this up and you inform, what is your reason for doing that as opposed to just waiting and letting the ladies find out for themselves what you got going on?
The old surprise factor.
Yeah.
You never want to surprise somebody with something like that. You want to ease them in.
Oh, my gosh.
Fair.
Valid
Did you have a
answer.
lot of experience of
set it
women
up.
like just being shocked at what they saw?
And what's their reaction?
Yeah, it's
See, I
oh my
feel like if
God.
someone telling you they
is that
drive a
gonna
fast
fit,
car.
Well, I was thinking if you don't feel like the date is going as well as you'd like it to, then you got to whip out that ace in the hole.
Say, hey, guess what?
The old beer can.
In
No.
case you were on the fence.
So when you have a beer can, is it a beer can like from birth, or is this something that develops over time? I mean, were you always just a little bit more than average, or was it, not really that way until the college years?
As soon as I knew how to use it, it was always big. Yes.
So when you would be a young man, and don't most men find themselves in comparing contests at some point or another with a circle of friends?
Probably, I've never experienced that in real life, but just from being in a gym.
Yeah, it was. I never had like a contest about it, but you talk about things, and you see things sometimes in locker rooms and whatnot. Like it was obvious.
You got a little I bet.
Do they have categories like, well, the girthiness award goes to?
Oh, sure.
Wow.
No, I never played any award games. Look, you've been with enough women, you get enough responses,
Ew.
Easy as that.
Gross.
Oh, you guys.
That is gross.
I just don't know what to do with any of this call.
So, no chance of a second date?
No way.
All right.
Look,
Well,
it's your loss.
That's fine. I'll lose it. That's fine.
I'm
fine
sorry,
with that.
Chuck. Maybe just keep it as a surprise.
Perhaps.
But we appreciate you putting yourself out there,
No, it's interesting.
so to
Thanks.
speak.
Yikes.
And Samantha, thank you for taking the call and for coming on Second Date Update and having the conversation with us
Yeah.
and playing along.
That's so cool. Thanks for having
It
me.
was a very entertaining conversation, I have to say.
Yep. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
All right, if we can do a Second Date Update for you, you could shoot us an email, Jeff and Jen, 2 N's in Jen, 2 F's in Jeff. Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com. Coming up, your shot at $1,000 is the 1K letter of the day. Now we check the roads. Here's Tori with your latest Q102 traffic.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.